Welcome. This short presentation, offered by the Archdiocese of Brisbane, discusses new laws introduced in Queensland to better protect children from sexual abuse. The aim of the presentation is to raise awareness of the new laws and how to report child sexual abuse suspicions that arise while working for the Archdiocese. If you are affected by the content of this presentation, please take a break. Acknowledgement of abuse victims and survivors. The Archdiocese of Brisbane acknowledges the past failure of the Catholic Church to protect children and vulnerable adults, and the lifelong trauma of abuse victims, survivors, and their families. 2 new criminal offences have been included in the Queensland Criminal Code and came into effect on July 5, 2021. They are: failure to protect a child from a child sexual offence, and failure to report a belief of a child sexual offence. The new offences mean that all adults in Queensland now have a legal duty to protect children from sexual abuse in institutions and report suspected child sexual offences to the police. Crime: failure to protect a child from a child sexual offence. Under this law, an accountable person in an institution commits a crime if they know there is a significant risk that an adult associated with the institution will commit a child sexual offence against a child under the care, supervision, or control of the institution, and the person has the power or responsibility to reduce or remove the risk, but willfully or negligently fails to do so. The law also states it does not matter that the belief about a child sexual offence is formed during, or in connection with, a religious confession. For the purposes of this offence, an institution may include, for example, child care services, schools, churches and sporting clubs. This offence carries a maximum penalty of 5 years imprisonment. Crime: failure to report a belief of a child sexual offence. Under this law, an adult commits a crime if they have a reasonable belief that another adult is committing, or has committed a child sexual offence, and the adult fails to report it to the police as soon as possible, unless they have a reasonable excuse not to. The law also states it does not matter that the belief about a child sexual offence is formed during, or in connection with, a religious confession. This offence carries a maximum penalty of 3 years imprisonment. Police reporting exceptions. The failure to report offence provides reasonable excuses for not making a report to the police. They are: 1. The person reasonably believes the information has already been reported to the police. 2. The person reasonably believes the information has already been reported under either the Child Protection Act, the Education General Provisions Act, or the Youth Justice Act. 3. The alleged child victim is now an adult and does not want the information reported to the police, and 4. The person reasonably believes reporting the information to the police will endanger their own safety or the safety of another person, other than the alleged offender. For these new offences, a child sexual offence means an offence of a sexual nature against a child under 16 years of age, or a child with an impairment of the mind, who is 16 or 17 years of age. Examples of child sexual offences include grooming a child, or their parent or carer, for a sexual act with the child. Accessing, making or sharing child exploitation material. For example, child pornography or sexual photos of children. Indecently treating a child. For example, inappropriate touching or fondling. Having sexual intercourse with a child. Committing a sexual assault on a child. And incest with a child. Reporting. The Archdiocese of Brisbane has zero tolerance for child sexual abuse. It is very important that all child sexual abuse suspicions be taken seriously and be responded to promptly. All child sexual abuse suspicions that arise while working for the Archdiocese must be reported to the police and the Legal Governance and Risk Office. The office can assist in assessing the matter and making a police report where required. Reports must be made as soon as possible and within 24 hours. Reports can be made to the Legal Governance and Risk Office by calling 33243575 or by email to childabusealert@bne.catholic.net.au. If a child is in immediate danger or risk of harm, contact the police directly and without delay. For further information about the new laws, please contact the Legal Governance and Risk Office on 33243578 or by email to legal@bne.catholic.net.au. Thank you for viewing this presentation. Please ensure you register completion of this training with the People and Culture Office using the online training completion registration form, which can be found on the Safeguarding Training webpage. Remember, safeguarding is everyone's responsibility. If you think something is wrong, report it.